Okay, this is just kind of going to be a short video about this motherboard. Okay, so went out to my buddies. He kind of helped me get this, work on this a little bit. We got it to a point where it would boot and we get a postcode because we wouldn't put a video card in. So we got it to actually give us a postcode saying that it wouldn't boot because it didn't have a video card. Had RAMs in these two slots here when we first tested, and just a small heat sink on here, like a server grade heat sink. So it's screwed in here with no fan on it because the heat's, the fans for a server blow over it. So we had it's a server style cooler sitting on here with like one of them replaceable thermal pads. So then we kept these two in here and added two more sticks to here. They're all from a kit, so they're the same. Hit the power button down here, and then it started, and we still got the code because there was no video card in it again. So then we put a 730 from NVIDIA, so an NVIDIA 730 graphics card in it, one of the ones like from China because it's a 4 gig model. And then it seemed like it booted. We got it where it was on, right? But we didn't have a monitor, not hooked up. So it was only on for that short amount of time till it started, and we get no error codes from this here, right? No postcode errors or nothing. So then we hook a monitor and a keyboard up to it. It goes to it. So then we hit the power button and it starts up, and we get the logo, the BIOS logo, right, saying, boom, okay. Then it just shuts off. Like, that's not good. Like, so then we try to power it on, then it goes back to the power cycle. So only thing I can think, like I'll show you, like at first the issue we were having was, let's zoom this in. Okay, so the issue we were having at first was this chip right here was shorted. So if you hit like a beep here, we would hook to touch on to where the USB port is before we can get a ground. Like if we do a ground, like the center ones here, grounds. So maybe that's totally backwards, but this seems like it. So you get that, but we're also getting it on this side. Then we did the repair we thought was right. Let's take the camera, moved it again. So when we tested it before, right, we just hit these two right here and it'd be shorted. So we got that part fixed, right? It's like, and it's still fixed now, even that the board's still doing the same thing. We fix that problem, unless maybe we're both wrong and that shouldn't be like that. That's be kind of weird that was none of these others are shorted, but this one right here was. So we got that fixed, right? But yeah, we only got the board to work enough to like test it with different amounts of RAM in it, and then not post after once we put a video card in it and try. Even with the video card, it did what it needed to do. And then when we hook a monitor up, try to actually fully boot the system into the BIOS, that's when it just decided to shut off and restart the power thing again. But yeah, everything everything seems to be fine for what we can tell. And this is way beyond the tools that we have. Like, this is really, everything on here is super small, so you would have some micro soldering to do. We don't have, like the equipment to properly fix this board. Older boards we could fix, you know, boards that, you know, like if it didn't require micro soldering, we can fix that, you know. Seems weird that we can, you know, most of the problems we find with video cards and we fix them are not on this scale. Like this everywhere on this board is micro. Like here's my, where is that? Right here. That's my finger. That's my finger. See how small these are? That is my finger. This stuff is small, like super small. We just don't have the tools to fix it, you know. Yeah, but I just want to post this update, you know, to it. Like we got it working, and then it didn't work, but for like a minute or so, and then went right back to doing what it's doing. So there's something else we're missing. The problem we fixed wasn't, you know, obviously was somewhat the problem. So it wasn't the problem that caused it. So whatever's wrong with this board caused the issue to go bad that we fixed. So it's somewhere else down the line that's bad, that caused that to go bad. But we didn't fix the problem with the board, so it just caused the same issue to go bad again. I'm assuming if we keep trying to power this thing up, that it would be short in that chip again. I don't see why all of them are not shorted out, and just the top one, they're all connected. So I don't know why that one was that way. But yeah, that's it on the board. And another thing I wanted to show is, like, you can see this is a heat sink. This is a heat sink here. Zoom out. So this is a heat sink that goes up here. You can see there's a thermal pad on this one, right? And then the board had another one that was sitting over here, but look, there's no thermal pad on it. It doesn't contact nothing. This is like just there for looks. That's another thing I wanted to mention. But yeah, it's really odd why the board act like that. Leave it at that. And another thing is that he agreed to the deal where I give him, well, I keep his old parts. He gets the system that has tempered glass on both sides, thermal tape case, you know, everything that's in my old media / gaming center. Well, it's not my old one. It's still what I use for that system. It's my media / gaming computer. So he's going to take that and give me $150, and I'm going to keep these parts here that all I'm going to get is some good RAM, a decent case, even that the door's missing on it. I fixed the pieces in the front halfway decent. For me, it's fine. You know, my media center doesn't need to be that nice, and it's just a backup gaming system, so if mine does go bad, I could just use that until I get the new part for my gaming system. So it's just a backup gaming system, media / get backup gaming system. So all that would be fine with me. I just, order a new board and then use one of my video cards that I have and the power supply I have to get that back up and running. But he agreed to it. Now I'm just waiting for him to come up with the money, and then we're good to go. Otherwise, I could probably reduce it $50, but I use his case, and I'd use like the Hyper 212 that I have. So I have a air cooler on it, and I'd have to keep the cooler because it wouldn't work in his case anyways. The 360 radiator, and that's what I'd use after I buy a new motherboard and stuff. He would get all the parts from that system. Only thing he wouldn't get would be the case itself and the liquid cooler, because we'd be using his case and a different cooler that I have. But yeah, just waiting for him to come up with the rest of the money to do the swap out, and then it's good. But yeah, I just wanted to show the progress on this board. We got it working, and then it just stopped working again. So it's beyond me and his repairs that we can do. Maybe we'd attempt it if we had better tools, but we don't have, you know, any way, you know, to zoom in on this to see what we're doing up close, to solder this stuff back on the board. You don't have a good enough soldering to do this kind of thing. Like on this fine level, no, we couldn't do it. There's like, unless we got the tools, and I don't think this board's worth it. I'm not gonna do a lot of board repairs. He doesn't do a lot of board repairs. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I recorded earlier and ended up making it like 40 minutes. So I re-recorded it and I'm down to like 10 minutes. So, but it'd have been nice to be like, this, your CPU's bad. But I'm gonna let you have my CPU. It's not really that good, but at least your system will be up and running again. That's what I figured it'd be. Or like his cooler would be bad, or new thermal paste, or the RAM needed to be reseated. I figured it'd be some easy fix. I didn't think he was gonna have a bad power supply, bad motherboard, bad video card. Like, I didn't think he was gonna have that far. I don't have the connections to be like, hey, you know, call, you know, like, hey, do you have, you know, ASRock? Hey, do you have one of these? I have this viewer. You know, I have 100 subscribers. I'm nothing big, but I'm fixing this dude's computer. It's a viewer of mine. Can you send? Do you have one of these? You know, old stock just laying around that you can send us, so I can get his system back up. I don't have that kind of connection. If, you know, if he was having a problem RMA in this board, because, you know, it had a warranty still, but he didn't have a receipt or nothing like that, I could probably get this pushed through RMA. I have never had an issue with it. You know, most companies actually kind of know me, I guess. Not directly. They wouldn't know me by my voice. They know by my business I used to have. So, you know, I RMA it. I could get. I have in the past. I have better luck RMA in a board myself. I'm like, hey, I'm fixing this client's computer. This is the manufacturer's date on it. They already told me you guys wouldn't do it, but the manufacturer date still, going off that date, would still be under warranty. Then they're like, hey, okay, fine. You know, then I have no issue. They, in their case, could never get a warranty go through on it, but I was able to get one to go through on it. But this is the end of the video. This board is just beyond our repair capability. Someone else probably could. If you see this video and you're a business that actually does this, besides, you know, only one I know is a guy I used to deal with on eBay that he stopped doing with eBay, and he does it for a living, but mostly just video cards. But he also does motherboards too, but the main primary thing is video cards. I could send this to him, and anything over $80, it won't be fixed. Anything 80 and under, he'll fix. But I think it's just best to just buy another motherboard, use motherboard, instead of trying to get this fixed. If there's an update on the motherboard, it's probably not going to get fixed. If it does, it's by someone else. That's all I can say about that. Thank you for watching, and I'll say the same thing. Do whatever, you know. I just like to see you have a comment, you know, on the video if you want. If you don't want, it's okay. And, you know, at the least, you comment, I'll give you a thumbs up or something, or comment, you know, something on there. Most times just a thumbs up, or you know, like, you know, the little thumbs up they give, like, yeah, I like your comment, thank you, acknowledging that I seen it. Okay, thank you for watching.